Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play I.O. This is a visual novel which I was initially just going to read by myself, but then after a while I began to realize that I had quite a lot of thoughts about what was happening and what was being said, and that I wanted to share those thoughts somewhere. At first, I thought I'd like to post these thoughts somewhere like GameFAQs, where I have seen similar threads. Then I realized that part of what I wanted to talk about involved images shown in the story, which are not very convenient to post on GameFAQs. So then I thought about posting on some other forum. Maybe I could do a screenshot LP. But then I immediately realized I wasn't satisfied with just showing screenshots. So I decided to do it in video form, and here we are. This visual novel was written and directed by Takumi Nakazawa, who originally worked for Kindle Imagine Develop, or KID, probably most famously on the Infinity series, Never 7, The End of Infinity, Ever 17, The Out of Infinity, and Remember 11, The Age of Infinity, along with its other main writer, Kotaro Uchikoshi, who is famous for his work on the Zero Escape series, 999, and Virtue's Last Reward. After the Infinity series, Nakazawa founded the company Regista, which produced this visual novel among others. I've been really wanting to do this for a while, so let's get started right away.
我わらべの時は語ることもわらべのごとく、思うこともわらべのごとく、論ずることもわらべのごとくなりしが、人となりてはわらべのことを捨てたり、今我らは鏡をもて見るごとく、見るところおぼろなり、されど、かの時には顔を合わせて相見ん。今我が知るところ全からず。されど、かの時には我が知られたるごとく全く知るべし。
Nakazawa seems to put a lot of religious references in his stories. In fact, it's a big theme of this story, as we'll see soon. How long has this been going on? What reason is there to be here? Just where did this consciousness come from? The spiral staircase below seems to descend into infinity. These feet continue to move as if they belong to someone else. No, whose feet are these in the first place? Just where is all this light coming from? Can any of these answers even be known? A dim world, vast yet confined. A spiral path descending into nothingness. No perception of time, suddenly an idea. A wristwatch, a chronograph, a moon's age. Alright, so this is the built-in glossary of this visual novel. It's a lot more advanced than what came in some of the previous ones. You can actually click on a term and go straight to the definition instead of having to go through the menu. So I'm gonna look at all of these. And that is, refers to the number of days since the last new moon. Due to the variance in length between new moons, the moon's synodic period, it is not necessarily true that a moon's age of 15 means a full moon. It is true, however, that a moon's age of 0 means a new moon. Its complex watch face displays a certain time. 4:02 a.m. No wonder it's dark. The moon phase hands indicate a moon's age of 14.6. So it's almost a full moon, apparently. There's a full moon tonight, yeah. Taking a quick look above reveals The same sight you'd see from the bottom of a well, a circular fragment of the night sky. The vortex of a staircase continues up to the sky, where a crimson moon lies, dyed vermilion as if stained in blood. A total lunar eclipse. Feels like it's always been a lunar eclipse, come to think of it. This body is suddenly assaulted with loneliness and despair. A nostalgic migraine, pain, proof of this body's existence. Despite disorientation and the inability to feel this body, the pain eliminates all doubts that it exists here. Apparently, these feet have chosen to continue descending the staircase. The path stretches infinitely, devoured by darkness of forever. The deep, deep bottom of this pale blue abyss forms the shape of a mortar. And yet, there's no sensation of actually walking. Merely the sound of footsteps going down, down, down. This feeling of descent is more like that of a jellyfish or a dolphin swimming to the depths of the sea. In the end, just how far down does it go? It's like an endless illusion. No, perhaps this really is an illusion. An arabesque pattern is engraved on the wall, reminiscent of a Möbius strip. An alluring sensation, like following bait into a trap of space-time. Oozing terror seizes his body, and the sound of feet stepping firmly onto a wide, flat surface can be heard. Is this the bottom? A brief moment of relief. Nevertheless, pitch black, vision limited to arm's length. Nothing else is visible, not the staircase, nor the wall that had curved alongside it. Just how far does this room go? Slowly, feet fumble forward, arms swing for direction, hands grasp at air. But these hands, these arms, these feet, do they even exist? Or have they faded like a phantasmal phantom? No, at least the moon's age remains. The instrument meant to measure the passage of time, along with the moon that should be shining in the sky. Now, if you read those entries along with me, you probably guessed by now there's a lot of pseudoscience and also just plain wrong science in here. So take it all with a grain of salt, as the opening screen states. Those are the only things that surely exist. Right then, these fingertips come into contact with something. Something firm, something smooth, and yet cool to the touch. A slick texture, seems to be glass. The right hand glides smoothly, somehow lighting a small fire. A gradual approach to peer into the glass results in a desire to scream, an inability to vocalize, as if this body lacked vocal cords. Turn around, get out of here now, don't look! But these eyes are wide open and cannot be shut. They keep watching, as if the entire human body had become a gazing eye. The life-sized mirror reflects something. The visage of an unexpected, certain someone. That someone being. And now it's time to select our protagonist. I'm just going to go down the list, top to bottom. So let's start with a boy who has left behind his innocence.
たこの世界は終わりのない階段その先で君は眠ってるの過去未来そして今も希望のない階段僕たちの時間はどこにあるのつながるはずだって手と手はいつしか遠く引き離されたまま時は止まったままでぬくもりだけ今も生きてる偽りの愛に人は皆
The darkness is absolute, pitch black in every direction. My restless mind is slow to focus. Finally, my senses begin to sharpen. Even though I can't see anything, it feels like I'm looking over everything. Then a pinprick of light dimly fades into view out of the nothingness in front of me, who has become nothing but a viewpoint. It's soon joined by countless other small sparkling lights. Stars? Once it was said that the stars and galaxies spread throughout the heavens were the gods, or at least their dwelling place. If that's the case, then this might be the viewpoint of such a being. Stories I once read come to mind in rapid succession. Hikoboshi and Orihime, and The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, The Petit Prince, and The Night on the Galactic Railroad. Why do those stories told under the star's light always harbor such tinges of sadness? Why must such tales conclude in such heart-wrenching tragedy? Just then, the swath of stars begins to pulse and starts to group together like constellations, which means that those weren't stars? They branch out into dendroid colonies before my eyes. Their once nostalgic twinkling starts to resemble more the throbbing pulse of organic life. This is precision equipment. No, maybe the flashes of neurons? No, I realize my misconception in almost no time flat. The true nature of the lights is a metropolis in the dead of night. The skyscraper's neon lights brightly cut through the darkness. Cars fly down the Metropolitan Expressway like high-speed steel fireflies. A perfect diorama of the sleepless megalopolis worthy of Daedalus himself. If this is reality, then I must be looking down at the city from a high altitude. If so, then what does that mean? The moon is high in the night sky. Normally, its form would be that of a perfect circle. Normally. Before my eyes, that divine circle begins to wane. It's like a giant wheel of cheese, and an even bigger rat just took a bite out of it. A total lunar eclipse. The Earth's one and only satellite is being completely consumed by the planet's shadow. Its usual white luster is lost, and replaced by a wondrous brown radiance. A crimson moon. At the same time it appears, the city descends into darkness, and I, I jump towards the riverbed below without a lifeline. It's a plunging feeling so horrible that I'd rather die than experience it again. My mind is blown past the limits of comprehension and straight into the realm of panic. I can no longer hear my screams. No, am I really screaming at all? I can't feel my body, mouth, or ears. The world is wrapped up in the thunderous roar of silence. The shining darkness is thoroughly burned into the depths of my eyes. My whole body, which shouldn't exist, is dismembered by numbness. I am nothingness incarnate, an imaginary number whose existence is forbidden. Stranded between time and space, I just scream out of loneliness, but I know that this voice won't reach anyone.